So this is an example of your fitness dashboard, what it could look like in the future. So I'm just going to draw a couple lines over here, and so I'm going to make a green square over here. I'm also going to make a red square for you guys right here. So anything in the red square is going to be in the past, right? It's going to be solid lines, it's going to be concrete, it's going to be what actually happened for your fitness. This green line right here is going to be in the future, right? Think if you're looking at the lines right here, you can see dots, you can see there's not a whole lot planned over there. If we do have something planned, it's going to look a little bit different, and I can show you guys that in a couple of seconds over here. But note that anything that has that the dotted lines over there, that is going to be in the future, and the solid lines, that's going to be what you actually did in the past over there. So let's dig into what things could look like for you. So noticing over here, this is an example of this is a swim. This is my swims. I haven't been swimming over here, but you can see that this area right here, it's in the past, right? Again, the green area is in the future. If I could actually do it for you guys. The green area is in the future over here. You can see the dotted lines, the dashes, that hasn't happened yet. If you have had some workouts in the past over there, then you will have some activity back there, but in my case, I have had activities back there and I haven't done anything in a couple of months, which is why you are seeing a very, very big decline of my fitness over there. And that's kind of where we're going to lead to next, is what all this stuff means. So this chart is a little bit busy over here. Again, areas where the future is happening right over here. The past is to the left of this area. The solid blue line, that's going to be our fitness, our overall fitness. And the Training Peaks program is actually going to calculate that from a number of different ways. The first are these purple lines over here, right? These purple lines are the amount of stress that we're placing on your body, right, in the form of exercise. The orange/yellow lines, these lines, are your fatigue, right? From that stress that we put on you, that shows us how tired you are. Once you get to a spot of below, that's an arrow, but just use this line over here. But once you get to a spot where you have below this line right here, below this line, then that is going to be kind of the danger zone where you don't want to go too far below it. There will definitely be times where we do go below this line, but it will not be for an extended period of time, because that's where injury kind of happens from there. There's a couple other things that we need to look at over here, and that is these blue dots and these red dots over here. So first of all, the blue dots over here, that's our intensity factor. You can see that there is one super high up here. And again, if we look at the overall numbers off to the right over there, you can see that that's a 1, so that's 100%. So the dot that is left with the arrow right there, that one is above threshold, so that was a really, really intense workout over here, right? Now, another one that we need to be looking at are the red dots. And I've circled a couple over here. The ones that have a lower value, I mean, they're all TSS, I should have explained that. They are all associated with a TSS score from your workout. And if you don't know what that is, go back into the last video that we did and that talked about how to view a workout. It will show you and talk to you about the TSS score briefly. That's the score that you get from your workout, right? So you can see the ones down here with the red arrow aren't very intense. But for instance, the one up here, right? That one had a very, very high TSS value associated with the workout, but the intensity factor with that blue dot right there wasn't very high. If we're looking over on the right hand side here, you can see that was kind of around endurance pace over there, but because it was a longer endurance pace, you are getting that higher TSS associated with that workout, driving the stress upwards on your body, and in turn, right, pushing that fitness up with it. So once we plan workouts into the future, you're going to see those dots extend further out to the right over here, which is the area that we were talking about before, right through there. Now you're going to see a bunch of different things here. First of all, that fatigue might go down really, really far. If that's the case, then the chances are we're probably scheduling workouts that are a lot more intense that we've done before, right? But typically what we will do is we will try to stay below this area right in through here. If not, there's going to be a reason. There will be times where we go below where that line is right here. But right here, that would be a big indication to me that something is not right, because that is pretty low over here. I mean, we're looking at about a -28 score on our fatigue right there, or our stress. But what you will hopefully end up seeing is the blue fitness dots, the extend out into the future, hopefully in an upward trajectory. If it's not, if we are stagnating a little bit, then that is probably a good indication that we've maxed out your time, or something else is going on. Also, anytime there's an injury or things like that, you might experience a downward slope in your CTL. This is also the case after a season where you need rest and recovery. Definitely needed. You'll see that that fatigue, right, that you have experienced over the course of that season should be trending in that upward trajectory, and that's going to help you recover, even though your overall fitness points are trending downwards. So there's a really big misconception in the sport right now that you need to have a super high fitness CTL always. I always tell people, I mean, it's good to have a super high level of fitness, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, what does that really give you at the race? It all is targeted, it all needs specifics, right? And from that super high fitness, we can develop you into things that you need for your races, but this isn't the end all be all gold standard of fitness. You can have a CTL of 80 and still get that Kona slot if that's what you're vying for. Just depends on some of those numbers that you are putting out and the time that you also have. So just remember that in a nutshell. So this is a breakdown of the dashboard right here, and if you have any more questions on it, please let me know. I can for sure dive into this a little bit deeper. I just want to keep this a little basic for you guys, because I know these are intro videos here for you guys. So anytime you are seeing stuff in the future, you should definitely be seeing the fitness kind of increase a little bit over there. But like we talked about before, this period of stagnation right here, this is an occurrence of we've maxed out this athlete's time and they just don't have that much more time to train. Thus, it's going to get really tricky to increase that CTL beyond a certain point, right? So that is a general breakdown. Hope you guys enjoyed it.